Yes, man. You know what it is, man. Two Cents to Change the Pod.
Yo,
What up,
Yo,
Nate?
Nate, my
what's up? What's up,
boy.
y'all? What's up, baby?
What up, man?
Hey, chilling,
Yes,
chilling,
sir.
guy.
Yes, sir. We have a great episode today, man. You know what it is, man. It is your boy, C.O. McLean.
Your boy Ellie Mel, man.
And who we
And we got
got?
a special guest, man.
What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy Nate.
My man, Nate the Great.
Hey,
Yes,
Nate the
sir.
Great
Yes,
from the
sir,
States.
man.
Just made
nah,
that
Yes,
shit
man.
up.
sir, man. My boy, yo, before we get started, I got to salute my brother Nate, man. You
Uh-huh.
know, when I moved out here to South Jersey, he was one of the real dudes I met. Funny thing is, the first time I met, I didn't even know him. I met him at my daughter's track meet. And I
Okay.
was watching my
Yep.
daughter, and he had a lot of energy, and I could tell, he did track. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So
Mm-hmm.
I was busy chopping it up with him, and I was, getting into it a little bit. I think this was at one of the big ones. I think this is
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Violent was
yep.
playing against Millville, I think, right?
Yep. I
Yeah.
think it was, if I'm not, it might have been the county meet.
Yeah. But it was at Violent High School, though.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And then it was funny. So I met him there, and then we went to the same gym, and I
Yep.
see my boy playing ball and shit. I'm like, yo, this is like the dude I said to track meet
Which
and
I,
shit.
which,
And
which I'm not good at, and Mel was constantly giving me pointers, so I appreciate it.
Yeah,
yo,
Mel
nah,
gonna
Nate,
tell you about
nah,
yourself.
Nate is an athlete. Yo, Nate strong as a mother.
Yeah, nah.
Listen, Nate don't play ball like that. But I tell you this, bro, you're not getting by him. Yo, fucking around with Nate. Because Nate played. We gotta let Nate get into his background and stuff. Because Nate played football, track, a real athlete.
Uh-huh.
Yo, I said I gotta get in the fucking weight room, man. I could not get by Nate for shit. It didn't matter what
Y'all.
crossover I did. I was like, nah, this motherfucker
Wait,
is too
do he
strong.
play D like this with his arms out like that?
No, Nate slides his feet. Like
Okay.
remember he played football track, so it's not none of the no. He's moving his feet, so
Okay.
he's beating
I
you
hate people
spots
that
and
play
all that.
defense like this. And I'm like,
Nah,
yo.
That's the only thing I was good at. So I had to get something, man. They know. Hey, listen, he ain't shooting the ball. So I said, hey, if y'all need a defensive player, I got you. So
I got you.
We on the same team. Mel shooting, and I'm playing D. I got you.
Hey, listen,
yeah,
defense
man.
win games, bro. Defense win games,
Hey,
Nate, so don't get mad at
Hey.
it.
And my
Defense
boy
wins
had a lot of
games.
big accomplishments too, from the bodybuilding, and I seen the work that my brother put in. So, you won the competition. I mean,
yeah,
you doing
bro.
your thing with the Zumba. So I wanted to give you your flowers before we got
Appreciate you,
everything
bro.
started. Because I used to, every time I went to the gym, I would see him from the meals to the working out. Listen,
To the
Nate, the
Zumba.
world class athlete. I wanted to give you your flowers before we even started talking about the topic. So
I
for
appreciate
sure.
Absolutely.
that, bro. Thank you, man.
Hold on,
You
y'all ain't
already
see my
know.
Zumba moves?
Hey,
Yeah.
let's get it going. Hey, let's get it.
But Nate, tell him a little bit about what you do and your journey before we even jump into the topics, man,
Yes,
so the people
sir.
Yeah.
could get familiar with you.
Yeah, so first of all, man, I appreciate y'all for even having me, man. You already know, like we've been locked in for a grip. I've tuned in. I
Yeah,
love y'all topics, man. Y'all takes on like sports talk and stuff like that, and I believe in it. So I believe in what y'all doing, and I can't wait to see it continue to grow. So thank you for letting me be a part. But yeah, my background, I born and raised in Violin, and I started as a personal trainer. I found Zumba kind of by accident. But I found it where I always loved to dance. I'm a very creative person. You know what I'm saying? Like between, one of my goals is to be an actor. I love dancing. I love anything with, just entertainment and period. So Zumba created an opportunity. It created a platform where I know my purpose is to inspire people and to impact people, and it gives me that opportunity to do it on a small scale, big scale, large scale, and has truly changed my life. And so my goal is really everything in fitness, just to attack it full on and to help people find their purpose, find their goals, and to lead by example, by doing it by doing it myself, to show them like I'm not just preaching something to y'all that I'm not living by. So that's really, everything that I stand for.
Yes, man. That's my
absolutely, man.
I love it, man. I love it, man. That Zumba shit. Look, I
Yeah.
be getting my moves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Word up,
If he took one of your classes, Nick, he'd be looking like Martin. Remember what happened to the Martin? When Martin was, that's how he gonna be. He think it's a game. That Zoom, it ain't no
Nah, that
joke, bro.
Zumba ain't no
yeah.
joke. I know because when it was like a couple years ago when Zumba was just peaking, that's how like everybody was doing it, and people were saying
Mhm.
like, "Yo," because it works like every part of your
Oh yeah,
body, So it's like it ain't no, you can't go
it's
in there just thinking you could just do that shit.
no
Nah.
lie. It's crazy, I tell people this because I think that Zumba helped me become a better athlete. And the reason why I say that is because a lot, like I love the regular training in the gym and stuff like that, but the Zumba it keeps the fluidity in my movement. So like when I would go, play basketball or go play and this and that, I'm able to keep my strength, but at the same tokens, move my hips, be able to, my footwork, stuff like that, from the dancing aspect of it. So blending both of those worlds together, it keeps me where I'm able to hold my strength, but also keeps the fluidity of any, sport, anything that I need to play wise. So I love it. Plus, for a lot of people, there's a lot of people that will never step into the gym. A lot of women who, they'll never go hit a weight room or anything like that. So Zumba allows them to get the workout in without them feeling like they're actually working out. They're so busy having the fun, dancing, things of that nature. They're getting their body in shape and they don't even know it because
Yep.
all they're thinking about is the dancing to the music. So it's a
Yep.
beautiful way where I think it's not just an introductory to people who's probably never been to the gym, but it's also a safe place for a lot of women, a lot of men who want to come in there and just like, hey, look, I don't want to look like crazy not knowing what I'm doing in the weight room. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
come in here, follow somebody, and get a great workout in, and it provides that place for them.
Facts. Yeah, like when the ladies they be
Absolutely.
twerking and shit. Let them twerk.
Let 'em twerk.
Like, yo, which butt cheek you want to get? The left or the right? Let's get it.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Salute to
man.
my boy
Well,
Nate, man.
that's
Man.
For
well, we're gonna
sure,
get into
man.
some more Zumba talk, man. But we here. Shout out my man Ark of the fucking man. Shout out to
Yeah,
Christy, all the way from the
yeah,
UK.
All the Zoom B's,
yeah,
Shout,
man. Love
yeah,
y'all.
gotta shout out people in the
yeah,
chat, man. Again,
yeah,
shout out my man
absolutely.
Agent Matt. You know what I mean? Shout out to
Yeah,
all of y'all, man. All
yeah.
right. So you
And
ready for
and
this
you
sports talk, Nate? You,
Let's
you
get
ready
it,
to get
man.
in?
Let's get it, man.
I
We had some we,
am
hey, we
I
had some crazy playoff games loading up. So
Woo!
yeah. So my
Woo!
boy Nate a big football guy too. I know sorry about your Falcons.
you
We
know
we in the
what?
same boat as my Ravens. We
Listen,
together on the
listen.
couch.
They did exactly what I was hoping for. I never prayed for somebody downfall, but they fired Raheem Morris. So you know what I'm saying. So we can move on and let's. He just wasn't the right coach for us. So
Y'all
I'm
got one
I'm.
hell of a running back though.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
one hell of a running
yeah,
back.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I ain't mad at the Falcons. Falcons is like
yeah.
a coach away maybe from
I think
making
we're a
some noise.
coach away, and I think we're a quarterback away.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that too.
we
Yeah,
need a quarterback.
yeah,
I was happy with our defense this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, very young, but they showed all. I'm very realistic. You know what I'm saying? We're not a Super Bowl team by far. We
Right.
you know we I didn't even think we was a playoff team, but I just wanted to see growth from the past year, and we had the worst D line probably in the league the previous year. We
Hmm.
flipped that in one draft. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You win games in the trenches.
Hmm.
So we have a decent offensive line, and we got some dogs that's growing on the D line.
Hmm.
So you know what? I see the Staples building. That's how you turn the franchise around.
for
Absolutely.
real, for real. And speaking
Absolutely.
about that, man, it's like a funeral today. That's why I had to throw my Lamar Jackson jersey on. Harbaugh got fired.
Yeah,
We
that's
gonna jump
tough.
into it.
That's
So
tough.
we can start with the game. The Steelers versus Red. All right, Nate, give us your thoughts on the game. That game.
Um, I thought, man, I don't. First of all, I don't think John Harbaugh. I mean, I get it. I know it's been a long time, 19 years or so that he's been, with the Ravens. But I'm like, bro, good coach don't grow on trees, man. Sometimes, and I understand that people question the relationship between him and Lamar. Where does that stand? I just think that a lot of that is the media putting more gasoline and stuff. Like you don't know what's happening in the building. Now, as far as the game, all the coach can do is put your team in position to win the game. The kicker has one job: go out there and make the kick. And he missed his first kick of the season and I get it, pressure bust pipes. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I thought that both teams, bro, like for what the Steelers were DK Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? No Austin. I mean no who it was just DK
It was
Metcalf
just
that was
DK
just missing.
Metcalf
Okay,
from
just
the
DK.
Steelers.
So Aaron Rodgers played a great game. He played a great game as far as managing, playing for what he was, Ravens defense. It seemed like it was a letdown. It was a letdown on the defensive end, and the same with the
Yeah.
Steelers. Like, how do you let, two wide open on the same play? I think that, I was texting my boys and I was like, man, if Ray Lewis and Palomalu watching this game, they just shaking their heads because you would never think a Ravens and Steelers defense will ever look like this. You know what I'm saying? But like, I thought that it was a great, entertaining game. It was sad that it comes down to a missed kick like that because the Ravens rightfully should have been in the playoffs. But in my opinion, it didn't matter which team got in. I think both of them would be a first round exit because Ravens don't got a great defensive line to get that pressure on. And then
Nah, they
Steelers
don't.
defense just haven't been looking good or complete the whole season. And their offense is really one-on-one ball with DK, or they're doing little dink passes to try to come up the field. They playing who they playing? The Texans, I
Texans.
believe. That
Texans, yep.
defense,
That D line crazy. Yeah, that front, that 3-3-4. Yeah,
you
they
got
is
Anderson,
tough.
and then you have
I don't know their names though, but
you got
they tough.
Will Anderson on one side, and then you have Daniil Hunter on the other side. They coming, like they
Hmm.
Yeah,
coming, dog. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think for
You
me, man,
go
like I
ahead, bro.
watched the whole game in its entirety, man. Obviously, for
Yeah,
me, it
yeah,
was game of the year. Like it was like I'm
it
sitting
was.
there watching it, and I'm like half asleep, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, oh
Yeah,
shit! I
yeah,
had to get up out of my seat, like, oh, this shit crazy. Like,
yeah,
it's sad that one team had to lose that game, right? You like
yeah.
you just
Facts.
wish
Yeah,
because of the effort, you wish like, all right, both of y'all could get it because of that
yeah.
effort.
Both of y'all get in.
Go ahead. Y'all played a hell of a game, but one team to win a division, that game was like it was not Lamar Jackson's fault by
No,
far.
no.
Obviously, he missed a couple of games during the season, but Lamar and Aaron, they came to
Baller,
play.
baller.
They was making key the pass to Austin where Aaron Rodgers did for the touchdown when he made that double move, the score crazy.
Yep.
The 26-yard pass to Likely from Lamar, crazy. It was like they made the plays to get him there.
Mm-hmm.
I know that boy, that kicker boy, what's his name? Todd, what's his name? I know he's like at home. He probably got a whole bunch of death threats and all types of
They
shit.
did. They did. So his girl posted up that they were
They did.
his girl posted up basically that I guess they got engaged or something like that. All Ravens fans was flooding the comments straight like disrespectful, like straight
yeah,
Oh,
disrespected them. And I'm like, it's sad that it gets to that point, but
yeah,
like
mm,
that's just the era that we live in where
poor
everybody's just
Tyler.
real typing gangsters, and
Yeah,
yeah,
man. I mean, and
yeah,
it was crazy because I watched Sports Center, right? And the guy Dan Orlowski, if I
Orlowski,
pronounce,
yeah,
yeah.
he pointed out something crazy. He
The
was like,
eyes,
"What
the eyes,
the
yeah.
eyes? You saw it, right?" I was
Hmm.
like, "Yo, that's crazy that he actually analyzed that
It's
and
true
pointed that
though.
out."
That's almost
But it's true. Like he was not focusing on following with the kicking all the way through. He was like,
hmm
it's like he was looking like all that pressure. Like you got to for a rookie kicker,
Yeah, that's a lot.
all
That's a
that
lot.
pressure. It was like the last game of the season. The like it was so much pressure on this kicker and that one kick, man. Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna haunt him for
Yeah,
life, man. Poor
it
Tyler,
it
man.
is. It is.
It's going,
It
and I know
is.
I text my brother like, "Yo, man, your Ravens, man, poor Ravens."
I just
I,
how so my question, bro, how did you feel though, like as a Ravens fan, bro? Like
mhm.
do you feel like they should have fed Henry more in the second half?
All right. I watched the entire game. Derrick Henry running them over. First half. The second half, I really do feel like they felt like, yo, we need to pass the ball. I feel like they was trying to hit home runs and do certain things. It's like, yo, the game is close. Keep giving Henry the rock. Control the game.
That's how I
Manage
felt.
the clock
That's how I
until
felt.
they stop Henry. Y'all doing the favor for them. Y'all not letting Henry put pressure on.
Yes.
And I feel like for him to have
Got you, Mac. We got you,
15,
Mac. My bad.
15, yeah, 15 carries in the first half and only had 5 in the second.
Crazy.
Nah, that's
Crazy.
like
I mean,
That to me is no.
because of the
No.
way they was playing defense, like how Nate alluded to, their defense. They was if you watch the highlights and when they was breaking it down, they was loading up in the box. Their key was to stop Henry. They was not going to
Yeah.
let Henry win that game. So that's why they
But
was getting all those
bro,
passes in the middle and stuff like that.
five
It wasn't.
carries though.
Yeah,
That's
five
like
five is diabolical.
that's just
That's
That's
crazy.
ridiculous.
true.
That's
That
like
is.
if you playing like if it was a basketball game and you kill it in the first half, okay, cool. You might not have the same amount of shots as the second half, but you five like in
Because
20.
I feel like that. That's why I said that. I feel like if anything needed to change instead of John Harbaugh, they might need to change Todd Monken because
The
The
offensive
coordinator.
coordinator,
the
right?
offensive
Yeah,
coordinator because if you look at even the past couple years in the playoffs, it's always been a
yeah.
problem of
Hmm.
it's like almost like trying to make Lamar that guy, which he is.
Mm,
He is that guy. But bro, you got a Hall of Fame running back right behind you, and
yeah.
you're
Yes,
not utilizing taking pressure off of your star quarterback. Like
Yeah.
yes,
let him.
yes.
I feel like the Ravens played almost better with using Derrick Henry when Lamar was hurt and you had Huntley in
Mm,
there because now
mm,
it's like we have to depend on him to carry the rock. We have to like he's used to running when people load the box up. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And it's like, all right, let your quarterback throw the ball maybe 20 times a game, run the play action, things of that nature, and it's going to open up because the safeties are dropping down. But it's
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
you stop giving him the ball, and I get it. It worked out for Lamar. He still was, because the Steelers were bringing their defense up. But like you said, like if Aaron is showing you that he's just driving down the field at will, at some point it's like, all right, we gotta start having these long drives that are taking the
Taking
clock
time the
down
clock.
so
Yep.
that you don't even get the ball back.
Hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
I got it. We had a question from where was that from? Real Mac. What he said.
Mhm.
His question was, "Who do you think going to the Super Bowl?" You got to look at last week's episode, Mac. We gave our Super Bowl predictions.
And I mean that's part of the playoff preview. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Nate mentioned it from the playoff games. I mean, so yeah, but Nate, I mean, from for starters, who is your Super Bowl matchup?
Man.
Before we talk about the games, who's your early prediction is for your Super Bowl matchup?
All right. So on the NFC side, if I had to pick somebody right now based off of I probably got to go with Seattle on the NFC side, only because I'm a big person. Like, so I would say my top ones is Seattle, Eagles, um, or Rams. That would be my top three on the NFC. But Seattle, I think Sam Darnold, all he got to do is manage and not turn the ball over. That defense can take him there with the defense that they have. Now the AFC side, they, that side is crazy. I don't know. It's so for me. A wild card pick would be the Texans because of their defense,
Mm,
but I just don't know if I fully trust CJ Stroud offensively wise to be able to manage the game. But their defense is just as real as Seattle's. But then the Jaguars are very hot too right now. So
mm-hmm.
um, I think if I had to do a pick, I would definitely say Seattle, and then I think Seattle and the I'm gonna go Seattle Texans.
Okay,
Seattle
okay,
Texans.
Hmm.
okay,
I'm
okay.
still I'm still sticking with my picks, man. I
Who
like the
who are was your
Patriots.
picks?
I like the Patriots, man.
I,
I like the Patriots, man.
my
They
only hesitation about them
Mhm.
is looking at the schedule they played. That's my only hesitation
mm-hmm,
because they beat the Bills. That's one playoff team.
mm-hmm.
And the
Majority of
Ravens, even though
they
we was in a playoff, but that's a notable win for them.
Yeah, but like, all right, but like, if we look at it in the grand scheme of things, look at that defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they beat every team that majority of teams that they beat were all under 500 record wise. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So my thing is like sometimes I think that. a record doesn't tell the full story. Now, I'm
It
not trying
don't.
to take nothing away from them. I think that they're a very good competitive team. They have a great coach. Their quarterback is balling. But I think that the playoffs is going to show a lot when they got to play some of those defenses. Like if they run into the Jags, who's balling right now. If they run into the Texans, who if they got to go to Mile High and play the Broncos defense, I think
Mm-hmm.
I think they can do it, but I think it's going to show a lot too.
Mm-hmm. And my other pick was the Rams, but I don't know, man. They stumbling a little bit
Yeah.
going in, man. They stumbling a little bit. I like the Texans though. I like the Texans. And I still got faith a little bit. I mean, obviously my 49ers, I still go my 49ers. And Eagles, they should have never listen. Eagles fans, don't kill me, but y'all gotta play my 49ers. Y'all should have won that game. Y'all should have played y'all starters, and y'all should have went up to the number
You
2
think they're going to
seed.
beat the Eagles?
Yes, before I gotta go with my 49ers, of course. I gotta go with my
Now, all
49ers.
right. Let me ask: do you think they're going to beat them as a fan or as like real
Nah, they're going,
legit?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. 49ers gonna beat the Eagles. They should never
okay,
went down. They should just moved up and then took the bad spot. That was a costly move for them. That was a costly move. Even though they don't know what's gonna pan out at the end. So they like, I'm gonna rest our starters. They had to have a lot of things to go in their favor, which did.
yeah,
The Bears won, and so it's like that's a tough matchup for the Eagles to go against the 49ers.
that's the
They are
rivalry right
legit.
there. Yeah.
Our defense is,
What's the name got hurt too? Bethune, he just got hurt
damn,
last game.
damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
our
think he's
run
playing.
game is pretty. Like Saquon can have like a 130-yard game
Yeah,
against
yeah,
San Fran easy because our run defense is trash.
yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see. It's just one game. Just one
yeah.
game.
Purdy,
But
Purdy, he can show up though, man. Purdy is a
Yeah,
baller.
yeah, my
yeah.
man Brock, man, and Brock we trust.
Yeah, people
So
got to stop disrespecting him.
they damn sure do. Who you got, man? Who your Super Bowl pick?
I'm a
You
still
sticking
stick.
with the
I
Jays?
had the Rams and the Broncos.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got,
Okay,
yo,
yeah,
because the Broncos just got that New York Giants feel to them. When Giants, like, I just get something when I watch them. Like, it's like like I can't really explain it, but it's like,
yeah,
yo, it's just like they never out of it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
A
So
great
that's why I was like, you
defense.
know what?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go against the grain. I got Stafford and I got Knicks, man.
I
Super Bowl
mean,
matchup.
your pick makes sense too because they got the best advantage. Everybody that got to come, they got home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody has to come there. They got to play in that altitude. So,
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah,
Mile High, no joke. That shit
yep.
is real.
yeah,
That
yeah.
shit is real. But I want to touch on something before we move on to the next subject because we didn't with Harbaugh. Remember, I was saying, bro, I was like, yo, it's always like the coaches is always a scapegoat when it comes to these teams. Like you said, Nate, the coach can make the scheme and make the play, but the players got to go out and
Execute.
execute, man.
Yep.
Like Harbaugh was one of the longest tenure coach after Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? Like, and he had a winning record throughout his whole career. I think he had like a
I think it.
614 win
Yep.
percentage. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
crazy for y'all
yeah,
to fire this man and to think that you're going to bring in somebody better than him to
Yeah, that's
coach.
crazy.
They should have got rid of the coordinator, though. I
They should
agree.
have
That's what
got
I.
rid of coordinator. I
Yep.
don't think they should have got rid of Harbaugh, man. Whatever him and Lamar Jackson was going through,
They
y'all
could work
sit
that
down,
out.
work that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all.
Hey, I said Harbaugh can come right on to Atlanta. He can come right to
Nah,
right
come
to
on, right?
LA.
Go to
I
the
think
other
he's
to
gonna
the
get
Giants.
picked
To
up
the
quick.
Giants.
I think he's
Oh
gonna get
yeah.
picked up
Oh,
quick too.
and
Him and
Yeah,
Stefanski, they're gonna be picked up the blocks quick. Him and Stefanski
yeah.
from the Browns.
I just don't get I get he's two-time coach of the year, but I'm like, and I also understand he didn't have a lot to work with, but I'm like, bruh, what has he really done that you know what I'm saying that
That
has
yeah.
shown
I mean, it's the
so
Cleveland
like if you
Browns.
look at his all right, look at Harbaugh's record, you see clearly what he's done. Look at Stefanski's record. He did nothing to change that franchise around
I
at
mean,
all.
personnel
Nah.
wise, they trash, and then they tied up all their money into the dude that's not even playing was Watson. They tied up all the
Watson.
money to him.
Yeah.
He's not even
Yeah.
playing. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
That
that
was
kind of
the
that
biggest fleece probably in NFL
yeah.
Wow.
history.
NFL history
Wow.
got his bag in, and he out for like 85 years. So it's
For
like,
real.
yo,
Yeah.
you can't really do nothing
He
if you ain't
jacked
got
the
the
whole
personnel.
quarterback market up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
he jacked it up, man.
So,
Yeah.
but
Word.
hopefully, man, Harbaugh will come back, man, and get on a good team and
Yeah.
redeem himself. I hope he busts Ravens' ass, whatever team he go on, and bust their ass.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Come to Atlanta. We got the roster
Yo,
for him, man.
Bro, calm down, calm down, calm down.
I'm just saying they did. You know they did Harbaugh dirty, bro.
Nah, they did. They did. I mean, since we was talking about quarterbacks, did y'all get a chance to check out the John Elway doc on Netflix?
No,
Nah, I didn't check that out. I'm not an
So,
Elway fan by far. I'm not watching that.
so I, yo, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really look into Elway, like as far as like growing up and stuff like that. But it did shed some light on him, and I salute him. And it's very informative. And regardless of seeing the doc or not, obviously my brother, he already Elway. But how did y'all feel about Elway as a player in his place as far as quarterbacks all time?
I mean, he's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't take away his accolades. You know what I mean? 2-time Super Bowl champion, MVPs. Like, you can't take away his accolades, So
Yeah.
shout out to him. But I'm not vested in no John Elway. I'm going to be honest. I'm not like, oh, my God, John Elway.
Yeah, Ted, we got my boy Nate on here, man.
Yo, Ted.
What up, Ted?
Bro, I still be rocking. I'll be rocking. She don't love you like she said. I'll be rocking
The
that
music,
bro,
yeah.
all the time.
My boy Ted with the music, yeah, for sure.
I had to use that as my cool down song in class.
Yeah, shout out to John Elway, but I don't give a fuck on John Elway.
See, I don't really know. I of course I know who he is, but like it's hard for me to give a judgment on somebody. I didn't really see their game like that. You know, what I mean? I only know him from the stories, like hearing from like Shannon Sharp talking about their stories and stuff like that. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, we got spent too much time. It was just something that popped up. But in other news, your boy Myles Garrett, he broke the sack record. I mean, elaborate on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I was so like literally I was watching every Browns game just to see him hit that record. I was hoping though that he did it against the Steelers just because I didn't want nobody to discredit him that they got an extra game and it took him because the first thing they asked Michael Strahan right after the game, they was like, man, so how did it feel seeing your record? Because he tied it with TJ Watt or whatever.
TJ Watt, yeah.
And so they asked him, and he was like, the first thing he said out his mouth was, well, it did take him an extra game to do it, but considering it's like, bro, he had to get all those sacks. Like typically you get a lot of sacks when your team has the lead and now they unleash the D line to get the quarterback. He had to get this while his team was trailing. For majority of they said they had put up a stat, I think today, the Browns are the only team this whole season to not score over 18 points. You know what I'm saying? Like
nasty
think about
work.
For him to get the record and that's the case for his offensive performance of his team, and he still got the record. Like that's a whole different level, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
For him to have that kind of drive, just let's say the drive, because the Browns is horrible, right? So for you to come out every single day just to motivate yourself to say, look, I got to play for something. For me, I feel like that was a self-motivating thing for him coming into this year. Like, okay, look at this team. All right, let me motivate. All right, let me just go for a sack record. So keep his mind intact because he know they wasn't going to win anything. So that's my biggest thing in him breaking that record. Regardless if it's one extra game, it don't matter. He did it.
He did it.
And it was just on a team that he was on. It was a losing team. Nothing to really play for. He could be like, yo, I don't even want to play. Just let me just go out there to just go through the motions. But he said, you know what? I'm going to come out here. At least I'm going to play for something. And he did that. So, man, I got to shout out Myles Garrett for that. That's a hard thing to do on a losing team. Very hard. Very hard. Very hard.
Yeah. He did the damn thing, man.
Oh, and then another we ain't got it on the topics, but the Jets was the only team in NFL history that won a whole season without any interceptions.
That's why I'm surprised their coach isn't fired.
None?
They got
none.
Wow.
Bro,
wow.
And not only that, they had no interceptions, and then they had no receiver over 400 yards for the season.
For the season. Trash, yo.
For the season.
Wow.
Yo.
That sounds kind of crazy.
Trash. I saw that stat. I was like, yo, no.
Wow.
I think the last team to do it was in 18, the 49ers. At least they had two. You know what I'm saying? They had two.
Wow.
The Jets had zero.
Bro, I said everybody got to be fired. Fire everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody got to go.
that's wow. Wow.
I just had to throw
Wow.
that in there because I was like, yo, that shit was crazy.
They need to pull up how many pass attempts happened during the whole season against that defense, just to magnify how sad that is. Like you ain't get a tip,
Yeah.
you ain't get a tip ball, you ain't getting.
Nothing. They said
That's
Jets
crazy.
defense, facing the Jets defense, quarterbacks threw for 36 touchdowns.
That's
36
crazy.
touchdowns, no interceptions. That's
That's crazy.
crazy. That's nasty
That's
work.
wild. Wow.
They gotta be a college
Yeah.
team, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
I
That
think this year's Alabama team could fucking beat the
That
Jets.
like for real, like legit, legit. Yeah,
Jets is
what?
trash.
Yeah. Jets. Listen, man. I got. Then I mean,
y'all gotta get rid of
and
everybody. Start over.
Start
yeah,
over.
man. I mean, in other news too, man. I seen the rumblings about Anthony Joshua, man, retiring potentially, and after that accident.
After that accident, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what y'all feeling? How y'all feel about that?
Sad, bro. I mean, sad for he lost his best friend, and I know
Mm.
that probably messed his, mental up for sure. I'm happy that he was able to have that fight with Jake Paul
Jake
to
Paul.
secure that bag.
Mm.
Um, but I understand it. Shoot, I understand it.
Mm.
Like you in a situation like that, you almost lost your life. You lost your best friend, the
Yeah.
mental, and it's not like he was in the lines for no big title fights or nothing like that. So it's
Mm.
like, bro, your safety come first, bro. And
Mm. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I just want to note that he didn't officially say that. His camp didn't officially say that. It was, I think,
Yeah.
his uncle or somebody. They was
Yeah.
like he was talking with his family, and his uncle came out and said that, oh,
mm,
he's talking about
Yeah.
retirement. But
Yeah.
I look at it right. You look at it as he was just on social media with one of his best friends playing ping pong a couple of hours before, right? So it's like at a moment where it's supposed to be you got your bag, you done won, even though it was against Jake Paul, but you felt accomplished. You got some money to secure your spot. You playing with your best friends, and boom, right? So it's like you always going to attest that to a peak moment in time in your life to
yep,
that tragedy. You know
yep,
what I mean? So that's always going to be tied together. So for him, he probably like, I'm supposed to be celebrating. Who knows where they was going? I know he said his family was out there, so they was probably, you know what I mean, like just celebrating. And tragic happened. So to him, he like, yo, boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to think about boxing because
facts,
boxing
that's
has
facts.
attributed to a tragic moment in my life. I
Yep,
don't want to do this shit no more. You know what I mean? So, and looking at it is like, that messes with somebody's mental because that's supposed to be a proud moment, and then it turned into tragedy. He lost two of his good peoples. So I could see why he, was hinting at that. Maybe talked to his family, and his family came out and said that to try to probably push the narrative a little bit. Like, hey, listen, man, he ain't doing too good. Lost two of his friends where he's supposed to be highlight of his career. And, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So we'll see. We'll see what he gonna do. Like officially, what's gonna happen? What's up, Kiki?
Something. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
as far as him for his career, like let's say he did call it a career. Like, how do y'all feel about his career? Do you feel like he overachieved? He was good, underachieved? Like, like if he was to call it quits, what is the take on Anthony Joshua's career?
I think I just wish he would have fought
Wilder.
Water too. But I was talking about heck, what's his name? Big the one who fought Wilder.
Oh, you mean the white dude
Yeah,
Fury.
Fury.
Uh-huh.
I feel like for them both being like UK guys,
Yes. Yeah.
um, that's
Yeah.
a fight for their country. They should have made happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
they
agree.
all talk trash saying that yo man, he's ducking me, he's ducking me,
Yeah.
and I just feel like that would have been win loss draw. That would have been a fight that could have, if especially if he went in there and won that would
Mm-hmm.
have been
Yeah.
one to really solidify his, like, you can't take away from his accolades and the things that he's done. Olympic champion. He was a multiple two-time heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
Lost but he also is going out with really, all right, your last big fight is against a YouTuber, is against Jake Paul. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Where he got beat twice by Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So,
And Ruiz.
and you know what I'm saying, Aaron Ruiz, that who stunned the work. Like you made this guy's career by beating
Yep.
you.
Yep.
He was a fill-in fight
Yep.
basically, and
Yeah.
so yes, he deserves a lot of credit because his streak of knocking people out was legendary of doing that. But he also had some very, very, like, you know, he had undersized people that exposed him that he didn't
Mm-hmm.
really have a great chin like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that him fighting a Wilder or fighting a Tyson Fury would have been something that could have really put the icing on the cake for his career. So it was a great
Mm-hmm.
one, but I just feel like it was incomplete.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. I like again, he didn't officially said he was retiring.
Yeah,
But when you look at a fighter, any fighter in their career, is who you fought,
who you fought?
which makes you that guy,
Yeah,
right? So looking back at his career, you know, like the Wilder, the Joshua, like those are the only two fights that he will really need, and he will need to win in order for Joshua to be like, okay, I can retire.
yep.
You know, for me, in my opinion. But because I mean, he had like 24, 5 knockouts. He got like 29 fights,
Mm-hmm.
24 knockouts. He was knocking everybody out. But like you said, Ruiz came in there out of
Boom, stunned
shape
as well.
last minute, beat him. You're like, whoa, hold on now. We're trying to
Yeah.
talk about Joshua. Like, hey, whoa, what the fuck
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Then you fought him again and lose again. You're like, oh shit. You know, that
Yep,
kind of like, took. Then he fought Usyk and lost twice to him. Then
yep,
this guy, the Bowles, you know, he should have beat him. He got beat up.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
those last couple of losses of Joshua really hurt. You know what I mean?
really
So it's
hurt.
like,
Yep,
you know, and he needs a fight like a Wilder or Fury
yes,
to,
yes,
let me show the world who I am. You
yep.
know,
Remind
Yeah.
so.
him. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. To solidify that. Yeah, I agree. So it's a little bit incomplete, you know.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
So
absolutely.
definitely. Definitely. Okay. And then on another note, as far as Jake Paul being banned, so bro, you kicked that one off because I wasn't in tune with that one. So yeah.
Well, yeah, it came out. I think it was yesterday, just in the Nevada Commission of Florida because he broke his jaw
He broke
like
his jaw.
two
Yep.
places, so he got to get medically cleared in order for him to fight again. You know, which I think he shouldn't
He
fight
should have.
again.
He should have.
He shouldn't. Like you,
Nah.
the whole world knows. Okay, you know, bro, we alluded to this. Like these stage
Yeah.
fights. You know, you went in there, you got your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Part of the contract, it wasn't for you to beat Joshua, and you got your ass whipped. This was really gonna happen to you if you fight these guys that are they do
Trained
this for a
killers.
living. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't think the man should fight again. I think he should take take his money, take his, you know, his earnings, and go on and move and do something else because he go against somebody else. Like honestly, I think if you'd have fought Tank would have did him way more dirtier. Because
Think so?
way more dirtier. I think so. Because
Even as a smaller guy?
yeah, because Tank is a real boxer, bro. Like he fights. Like, and this is
I don't think you would have did him worse than that.
Dirtier than Joshua. I don't think.
Nah, I think you'd have did him way worse than Joshua.
I think he could have embarrassed him on a technicality aspect of it, but the pure power that Joshua didn't even hit him full out and broke his jaw. Like,
you think Tank would never broke his jaw?
nah, I don't think.
Nah. Jake
Bro,
Paul is substantially bigger than him.
He had almost 100 pounds on Tank, bro.
Yeah, like
that's
nah.
true. But remember, Jake Paul is not a boxer, guys.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have tried to bully ball him either. Like he would have probably just tried to jab, you know, Tank out and just use his reach to his advantage. And you know, like I mean, Tank got the power to uppercut him to heaven. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah,
I just think that
Tank
Joshua, when they did the face off, his head came to Joshua's like shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
For you to get a full clean right to the jaw from Joshua, bro, like
that was nasty
matter of fact,
work.
Nate, let me get your opinion on this because we talked about this weeks ago. My brother was like, "Oh, it's stage. It didn't matter." Let me ask you this: if Anthony Joshua would have lost to Jake Paul, would that have not damaged his reputation or not?
Yeah,
that's the point I was making to my brother. Like he couldn't lose that. It wouldn't have been like a thing like, "Oh, it's a he can't lose that."
I think it would have almost like there's no way you could convince anybody that it's not fixed. like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way. I don't care
But that
if
was
he
my point.
trained every ounce of every second, bro. You're not beating Anthony Joshua, bro. You're not beating him. So if he would have won that, I don't care if it was a lucky punch. No, there's no way possible, bro. And I just feel like that one. I feel like he almost got more respect that he went there and got a
And
L. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like the
right,
fact that it's like, bro, like you showed you're brave because sure I ain't getting in the ring with Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Like an
right.
average person is not getting in
Yeah.
there. I don't care how much money you say it is, bro. They're not going there to get their jaw broke. You feel me?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
so. Shout out to him, and he probably gained more respect for that. But
Hmm.
yeah, bro.
But
If he would have somehow like won that John, bro, that it wouldn't have went over good for Joshua. It wouldn't have went over good.
Yeah.
and that was my point. I get what you're saying, but if it was me, I'm looking at it like we all know, like you said, there's no way Jake Paul is gonna win that fight. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
Yeah.
in the contract it was like, okay, you're gonna win it in this thing, that. I don't know if it was in knockout fashion like Joshua did. Maybe Joshua
yeah,
saw opportunity and was like, fuck, I'm taking it. You know what I mean? But we all know this shit is staged. So for me, if Joshua would have lost, that would have heightened the stage. Like, this shit is fake as fuck. Like, there's no way Jake Paul beat Joshua, bro.
yeah. That's
Like, this
crazy.
shit is fake.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and because the people were saying that this is staged, right? They was like, well, if like even Wilder was like, well, if this is real, then Joshua's no way Jake Paul could beat Joshua. Da 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 da.
Facts.
And then Jake Paul said, I'm gonna send teach this
Yeah.
because this is real boxing. Because it's not real. So to
Nah, yeah.
me, if he would have lost, I'd have been like, I just know this shit is fake. Jake Paul beat Joshua. This shit
Yeah.
fake as dog. Take this shit off. I'm never watching this shit again. But for
See, but
people,
that's the key right there. What you just said
mhm,
is who would ever, if he beat Joshua, who's really going to pay for another fight to see him fight again, bro?
right,
You feel me? He would have hurt
right.
his bag on a whole different level winning that fight.
Right. No, well, I don't think so. I think people would have. It would just. Oh, maybe so. It'd have been some guys, peep guys and girls that would have took it and think that he's a real professional boxer. Like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
that's
he beat
facts. That's
Joshua.
facts.
I'm gonna watch him win
That's
again.
true.
And then the people that knows, like, I'm not paying to watch this fake shit no more because it
Facts.
was a stretch with Tyson. It was a stretch.
Yeah, when it
Kiki
go
funny.
It
Yeah. White supremacy. Kiki is a
was a
fool.
stretch. Like we watched that, it was like. We know a stage like Tyson, you know
nah,
what
for real.
I'm saying? But now you got in
Yeah.
Joshua, who's actually active fighter. Like, there's no way, bro. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But that's just my 2 cents on that.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can't forget about the basketball. Your boy
I was
Jalen
called white
Brown.
supremacy if Jake would have
Oh
won.
yeah, you late, bro. Me and Nate already reacted to that. You late, bro.
Yeah.
But your boy Jalen Brown, he he came out making bold statements.
Hey, hold on now. You know I'm gonna talk my shit. Brett Mel. Because remember,
Go
we
ahead.
talked when
Go
Murray
ahead.
was on, when Aunt Murray was on, I was like, yo, it's disrespectful. Remember, I said it's disrespectful to Jalen Brown to be like, to kind of rebuild the whole team. Like, yo, hello, you see me over here? We're talking about
Facts.
rebuild. Hello, I'm Jalen Brown.
Okay.
Finals
Yeah.
MVP. Remember I
Yeah.
talked
Okay.
about that?
Yeah. Nah,
All right.
you did. But
Okay.
he's coming out. He's saying he the best two-way player, and that's after he guarding Kawhi. Kawhi had a bad game. He dropped 50. Jalen Brown saying he's the best two-way player in the NBA. So, I mean, all right, I'm gonna kick
He's
this
good.
off.
He's great. I mean, not shoot.
Take the floor,
I'm not
Nate.
going to disrespect him by saying good. He is great because he's proved that. I think he's proved that on that run when they won the championship, he had lockdown defense and he was the best player on the Celtics during that run.
Yeah, yeah,
So he definitely deserves that credit. It's just hard because it's a lot of talent though in the NBA, man. Like it's a lot. So
yeah, and
that's a bold statement. But I mean, I
yeah.
can't knock him for saying it though.
I mean, for me, because it's my thing with Jalen Brown. All right, you got your Finals MVP, you did your thing. You went against Kawhi. Kawhi had the string of 50, 40-point games. Then they played Ja. You broke the streak. All right. My thing is this. I don't see Jalen Brown locking people up night in, night out to be making statements like that. Or in all the big games, like, you on this person and you holding him. Like, you are a great two-way player. And as far as the NBA, it's like, see, all right, Kawhi's, the people that would be mentioned, they kind of banged up now. Like Kawhi Leonard was viewed as that at one point.
Facts.
But obviously he's banged up, he's older. All right, Klay Thompson, another one, injured. That was considered in that kind of two-way. I mean, you got people like Wemby out there. I don't think Jaylen Brown's a better defender than Wemby.
No.
You like, but this is the point. So that's the point I'm making, though. He's saying he's the best two-way player. And then I already just mentioned one person. Jaylen Brown?
If he said it more so like a wing,
but to say overall, I don't.
Okay, fellas, let's look at the NBA landscape right now, right? You just mentioned Kawhi is out. I don't think he's a better defender than Wemby because you take Wemby out there on the three-point line, a guy like De'Aaron Fox that's on his team, blown by Wemby. He got to catch up. Wemby is a good the in-post, in-paint defender. I went overall defending threes, Wemby because he's too big. They're going to blow right by Wemby. Now, he got the length to catch up to somebody because he's so long they can block it. But look at the NBA landscape right now. Niggas don't play no defense, bro. No defense.
I mean, defense is not the priority.
Who right now, other than Jaylen Brown, can you say is out going out there locking people up? Except for I like Amir Thompson on Rockets. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
But he's not an offensive threat.
Presence that
he's not an offensive presence like Jaylen Brown. That's what I'm saying. So name one person in the NBA right now that can coincide with Jaylen Brown as far as offensive defense is concerned.
And while I give him some grace too, because sometimes some nights, all right, I know you said he's not a every night, that defensive prowess, but some nights when the team requires you, I need more of your offensive output tonight. You know what I'm saying? That means sometimes your defense is going to lack a little bit because of how much, some players, they try to reserve a little bit so that they got it in the tank for the offensive side.
Right.
So I think that he has the versatility to be able to do both and utilize it whenever it's needed for whatever the team needs that night.
Mm-hmm. I still don't see nobody in the league. He has every right to say that because there's nobody in the league that can do what he do as far as offensively and defensively. He has every right to say that because there's nobody right now in the NBA that's really that guy doing it like how Jaylen Brown is doing it. And I salute this man and because they was disrespecting him. You are a finals MVP. And when Tatum went down, they just said, oh, Celtics is done. They are 20-something and 12 right now. That they were third in the East. People thought they was going to be a lottery team. They was trading everybody.
I'm not a fan of Tatum, honestly. I'm not really I always thought that Jaylen Brown was better than Tatum.
I'm not mad at that. A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it either. I'm not mad at it either.
I said that. I was like, there's people out there that feel Jaylen Brown is a better player than Tatum. I said that when we talked to Anthony. That's why I was like, yo, I will feel disrespect. I know he felt so disrespected. Like Tatum went down. They was trading all the players. I was like, and they looking Jaylen Brown like, hello, like y'all, you see me over here, like
you don't pay me $300 million for nothing,
for nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna blow the whole team up. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. All right. I'm the
I agree with that.
Two-way player in the league. Yeah, talk your shit. Talk your shit, Jay Brown.
I think it's by default though, honestly, because of the way NBA is. I think he's not really saying that because of how the landscape is. It's not like he's in an era with the Scottie Pippins and these defender guys that's on both sides. So I feel
even though he's not in that era, right? But he's taking pride in it. These other guys are not taking pride in it. So you got to give him credit. Like, yo, okay, NBA is not about defense right now. The NBA money is like, yo, how many points you could put up? I saw a fucking game. It was like 170 something. I'm like, well, this is an all-star game. This is a regular NBA game.
I tell you who coming though. Who coming on that? Like they probably need like another year or something. Them boys on the Spurs, bro. Them wings on the Spurs, like
they tough.
Bro, they play defense.
They
play defense, dog.
Was it Castle? They tough.
Yeah. He'll go drop a bucket and then go D you up, like
I agree. But right now it's Jay Brown.
I give it to him by default, but I don't see him. When they playing the Knicks, locking up Brunson, I don't see him taking on that assignment. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, the
like
statement you're
Nate
making,
alluded to.
I'm not seeing him on every team stopping a dude. I just feel like he had a game against Kawhi because Kawhi was on a streak. Then you come out and saying that. That's the point I'm
Listen,
saying.
Now, do you
on
think though that's because, like how I was saying earlier, do you think that's because of more of a coaching assignment? So, for example, like I'm looking at it from an aspect, if I put him on a Jalen Brunson, Brunson is going to tire the hell out of his legs, bro. Like, because of the constant movement that he does off ball and stuff like that, where I don't want to. I'd rather put my second best defender on a Brunson and take my chance off of that to know I need him to match the offensive output that Brunson is going to put up, type of deal. You know what I mean? That would be my only like rebuttal against that, to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're thinking more of a what's the best to give us the best chance playing against them from a team aspect, rather than we know that, all right, like, I think that you could, because I don't think he could shut Brunson down, but nobody is shutting Brunson down one-on-one. They could bother him, but he gonna find a way to get to the foul line. He gonna find a way to get to his spots, get his shots. But the level that's almost like somebody guarding Curry. Curry
Yeah.
runs an average of 2 miles a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, for you to stick with him and to stay with him, bro, you're gonna be so exhausted. And once your legs is gone, that shot, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be thrown off.
I
Yeah.
wanna drop some stats right quick with Jaylen Brown. So right now
Okay.
he's shooting 50.1% from the field. The key stat here, the opponents that Brown defends, they are
Okay.
shooting 39.4% field goal percentage
That's
against
tough.
Brown when
That's
he
tough.
is defending them. And as anybody he's defending. So yes, these
That's a
stats
good stat.
prove that
That's
he
a good
is
stat
a
That's
to
tough.
back up
That's
his
tough.
case.
two-way player. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out
Nobody
to
never
Jay
said he
Brown.
wasn't a two-way player, but to the point, though, I want to say is that if you're gonna come out and make that statement,
Back it
then
up. Mhm.
you gotta guard Brunson's.
That I feel that. I feel that.
So if you're gonna say that, then you gotta step to the plate and you gotta take that, especially if they're getting off. And as long as it ain't no center, like, we're not gonna tell you, okay, you gotta guard Wemby or somebody. That wouldn't necessarily be smart. But
Right.
wings and guards, you got to.
You gotta take that. You gotta
You
take
got
that.
to,
Yeah.
especially if you're coming out and saying that. I don't want to see, I'm going to use the Knicks. I don't want to see you making a statement like that and you guarding Josh Hart. Or you can't say that and you playing the Sixers and you ain't guarding Maxey.
That's I feel that.
Like, that's the point I'm making.
But then it also points to who has the hot hand that game, right? Because it could be Josh Hart that had the hot hand. And you're like, well, Brunson, he could be locking Brunson down and Brunson can't get off. And Josh Hart get off. So they're like, oh, yo, Brown, go switch on Hart. And then once he go and play on Hart, he lock Hart down and Brunson to get off. Because statistically, whoever he guard, he's shutting them down. So it don't matter.
But nah, bro, that's not the game plan, bro. You play ball, you know ball well enough. That's like, we're going to go back. If we playing the Sixers and you want Allen Iverson, he doing bad, and Eric Snow killing, you're not taking who on Allen Iverson to put on Eric Snow. He's staying on Allen Iverson, and you're going to live with Eric Snow doing whatever. That's the game plan, for somebody else to beat you. Not if the star player is shut down and this guy hot, then we could, no. You know that.
I mean,
you know better than that. You know better than that.
Look, just like what, and it just came on. They was talking about it was Pippen and Pippen.
Okay.
They were talking about Grant Hill, and it was like Grant Hill was out there cooking Pippen, and Pippen is supposed to be.
He was. I remember that.
Defensive guy, and it was like, yo, Mike, get on Grant. I don't know if you shut him down, whatever, but they had to switch that shit up because Pippen was getting dogged by Grant. So I'm saying to the point is like,
but
yo,
that's not. I don't. The reason I gotta hold you, because Michael Jordan is also an elite guy. The only reason that Mike wouldn't necessarily take the best assignment was because of what he was asked to do offensively. And you got and him and Pippen is like on defense. It's like hand. Like, okay, you know what? So that's not a good one. I don't like that analogy. Well, that's not a good one.
It's a good one in terms of if you're not going to say Mike, if you're just talking about in terms of Pippen and he being a great defender and having to defend somebody and having to get off and go defend somebody else. That's just all I'm saying.
Well, the only reason they was going to do that is because they got Mike. In normal situation, Pippen just gonna have to get cooked, and you know that's what's up. Because Pippen is not gonna say take me off of him.
Right.
The coach gonna have to pull him like, yo, listen, you get your ass bust, we're taking you off.
Right.
He's not asking to get off him.
But just to finish on in terms of Jaylen Brown and your point with Brunson, like you got to guard Brunson. Okay, if Jaylen Brown is guarding Brunson and he's shutting Brunson down, right?
Yeah.
And Hart is getting off. What you gonna do? And no Tatum is there. As just Brown. We're talking about Brown being that defensive guy. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm leaving him on Brunson. Yes, because Josh Hart, that's what you want. That's what you're living with.
Look, if I know I got Jaylen Brown on Brunson, I'm sending a double team and making him get the ball out of his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just going to have to be good rotations to where it's like, I'd rather live off of somebody trying to make a wing three or something like that hasn't proven to me like they can make that on a consistent basis rather than getting cooked by somebody who has a hot hand and then letting their star player find his rhythm. So I feel like, that's all about the schemes and the schematics.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And Nate made the point right there. Because you're not taking Brown off Brunson to free up Brunson. You want to maintain him having the bad game. But then, like to Nate's point, you might work up a scheme if Josh Hart is hot. But you're not allowing him to catch rhythm.
But that just goes to proving the point of if that was the scenario, then Jalen Brunson can say what the fuck he want to say. He is the best.
Oh, Jalen Brown? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, by default.
Jalen Brown,
yeah. By default, I give him that.
He got a right to say that. Yeah, he got
a
right.
Yeah, shout out to him. And, and other basketball news, I mean, I know y'all been catching wind of the Trae Young trade.
Trae Young.
And a lot of people, I'm gonna say this about Trae Young. I really feel like people get injured and you're in a losing situation and people devalue you. Because in Atlanta, he's the only thing good about the Hawks. They got other players that's like, they coming up, but that's the person that's been keeping them afloat. He might be one of the last true point guards. Yeah, he's undersized. He don't play defense. Nobody plays defense now. So the value that Trae Young as a playmaker, excitement, etc., scoring, shooting, like I just feel like because the Hawks aren't good, he's undervalued. They're like, oh, the market is not this. Where can he go? This, that. Obviously, a player like him, the right situation is what's going to make the value of the trade and make everything make sense. But to try to devalue him as a player, people forget. They could have made it to the finals a couple seasons ago. I thought they was gonna go when Giannis got injured.
Yeah.
But the Bucks, they pulled that out. But Trae Young had the 48 piece. Like, we gotta keep it a buck.
Crazy offense.
You gotta keep it a buck. Trae Young is one of the special talents in this league. You're not gonna grab any guy and they're gonna put up 48 against a team that, and this is when Giannis was still playing. They're not dropping 50, 48 on Giannis and them in the conference finals. There is maybe not 20. You're not finding me 20 guys in the league that's doing that. And I really feel like he's being undervalued because the Hawks just have not been good. He's been injured and etc. He is a special player. He is a great point guard. And obviously, the landing destination is key. But, the knocks that he's getting for being undersized and et cetera, I'm just not a fan of it. Because a lot of the players now do not play defense. But y'all chime in on the Trae Young news.
I saw today that they were in talks of, I don't know if it was legit or not, but I saw something that it said there was a potential trade involving him and James Harden. Like almost like a swap. And I think that he just needs the right atmosphere where there is, like with a player like Trae Young, it's almost like a Luka situation. Luka don't play defense, so you got to put defenders around him that's going to, let him play his game offensively, because every team is going to do the same thing. They're going to try to switch off, and they're going to isolate Luka, utilize him, and make him play defense. So you got to kind of protect him with your defensive scheme type of deal. So he just got to go to a situation that the team just has defenders on there, and then let him run it, let him push the ball down and do what he does offensively.
I just think that I'm gonna make this brief. I just hate that star players are always asking for the out, rather than asking for the in. Right? Like, yo, okay, this team is sucks. Get me somebody over here. Trade for somebody that's a star player, because in the league you need at least 2 star players to win a chip. Right? I mean, that's just proven. Go get me somebody that's a star that I can play with, instead of just like, man, this shit fucking sucks. Get me up out of here. That's the only thing I don't
It's not like
like.
the old. It's not like the older days.
It's not
Man,
like
what
the
people
old
say. Yeah,
regime, right? That's why I respect the Currys, the Kobe's, these guys that, they going to get the utmost respect from their peers and from people that revere them, because they stayed at one
they
team
stayed. Yep.
and they stuck it out regardless of what it was. So for Trae Young, it's like, you the star, right? So now if you leave Atlanta Hawks, you the man, you can get everything. Now you got to go to potentially somebody else's team, right? That's the be all end all. The only case that they have is LeBron, because LeBron is LeBron. But even so, when he went to Miami, that was still Wade's team. Even LeBron came there, won 2 chips, left. That's still considered Wade County. They don't give a fuck about LeBron. LeBron went to Kobe to LA. That's still Kobe's town. So you being the man, he should have stayed in Cleveland. That's LeBron. You Cleveland. Regardless of what the fuck happens, you're Cleveland. So I just think that Trae Young, I know, and where the NBA now is like, either you want to chase the bag or you want to win a chip, right? So it's like, what is his aspirations? Do he want to win a chip, or do he want to chase a bag? I don't know. We don't know what his aspirations are. I just think that Atlanta is a good city, destination city for people to come to. People love Atlanta.
Exactly.
So that's a place where players are willing to go. I just think that you ain't gonna find no other better situation for yourself than Atlanta. You're not. You're gonna go somewhere else. You
Unless you're okay coming off the bench somewhere or something like that.
Right. You're gonna go. Say he was gonna go to LA for Harden. That's Kawhi's team. That's Kawhi's team. Kawhi's the first option on there. You go from the first option to now you being the second option, right? And then they're going to start saying what? Oh, well, Trae Young game, he's falling off. Of course you're going to fall off, because you're not the main option no more. You know what I'm saying? So I just think Trae Young need to stay in Atlanta and say, yo, listen, like Kobe did, nigga, y'all give me somebody, I'm out. You know what I mean? All right, yo, I bet you say that, they're going to change their tune. That's what I got to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kobe was damn near out though, bro. You try to do that, but Kobe was trying to get up out of there.
Yeah, it wasn't like he didn't want. They was fucking losing, and that was like Kobe, like in championship mode. Like, yo, I'm not gonna sit here and ride out my career like this. Y'all got to get me somebody, and they went and got him Paul Gasol.
Bro, Kobe was trying to get up out of there. He asked to be traded, bro.
Yeah,
I know Kobe's deceased, and God bless his soul. Kobe asked to get traded, bro.
And what happened?
Like, we're not.
And what happened? They got him.
They refused, not because Kobe refused. They refused. The Lakers said no.
They got him Gasol, and he won 2 more chips.
But that didn't happen immediately, bro. This was we talking about like when Kobe did that. This was some years before that.
Yeah, this was Swish Parker times. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand what you want to say, but let's keep it. We got to keep it all the way 1,000. You got to keep it 1,000. We got to, bro. I know I see the Kobe in the back. I know how you are. Yes, okay, but we got to keep it a buck. That man asked to be up out of there.
And what happened?
Now what? They ended up winning more chips and everything. Cool, but
he didn't get up out of there. I'm just saying.
Because the Lakers refused. That's what happened.
Yeah, because they like, Kobe, we're not doing this shit, bro. You are our guy. We are not trading your ass. Sit your ass down. We're going to make this shit work. Mitch come to them guys. Jeannie Buss was like, yo, Kobe. He even talked about it in the interview. He was like, yo, I was up out of there. I was on the verge of going to Chicago. He was like, okay, Kobe, okay. Sit your ass down, bro. What do you need? Just give us some time. Let's check some shit up. Kobe like, all right, now, y'all better get this shit together and fuck up out of here. So it took Kobe to say, to be on the verge or a call away to get up out of here, to be like, all right, Kobe, we're not going to do this shit to you. Just give us some time, bro. Give us some time. And he did that. He sat his ass down. He endured it. They got him Paul Gasol, and he won 2 more chips. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's it.
Fair enough. I mean, we got through all of the topics. You know what I mean? So, I mean, anybody got any last thoughts or anything like that?
No, ain't no last thought. This is our time for Nate, man. It's our time. What we didn't talk about right quick
All
was
right.
about the Knicks. I put it on there. You probably didn't see it. He was like, because they talked about a sports center, should the Knicks do a trade
For
to
Giannis.
for Giannis? No, keep the Knicks as it is. Great
Nah.
chemistry, great team. Even though they
So
got their ass kicked by Detroit, I think Detroit is a better team. But Knicks still got a chance. Leave that team intact. Knicks don't need no goddamn
They got
trade.
to give up too much. They got to give up
Way
too
yeah,
too.
I
much.
agree. They got to give up
That'd
too
be another
much.
Carmelo situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. That would be another Melo situation. I agree with
Mm-mm.
that. You
Don't
can't.
do it.
Yeah, I would say no, especially the
Don't
way
do
the
it.
NBA is now.
I wouldn't.
That's
Yeah.
too
Don't
much.
don't do it.
You need
So
a
we got our
team.
man
You
Nate,
need a
man.
team.
Go ahead, Nate. Go ahead, Nate. What you about to
No, I
say?
was gonna say you need. I said to me, they, the best test was look what happened when they sent Dame over there with Giannis. You know, everybody, shoot, I was the first one that thought, bro, give them the chip now. That's just not the league no more. You need a team. I think that the Thunder and the Pacers showed everybody the structure of how you need to
Yes.
build a team in this era. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yes.
like they built a bench and they
Mm-hmm.
built great starters, and it's a whole bunch of role players that come on
Mm-hmm.
there and they know their part and they know who the star of the team is, and everybody
Yes.
play unselfish ball.
Yep. Yep. I agree. I agree. Why blow up for look who you got to get up for Giannis. You probably got to get up Towns, Hart. Like you got to get up your core
Yeah,
players. Like
Crazy.
OG. Yeah,
OG,
a lot of
yeah,
All,
because you
a
all of
lot of
them.
people
All
didn't.
of them.
all
Yeah,
of them. They're gonna want everybody for Giannis.
And
So
draft picks.
yeah, and draft picks. So for what? Hell no. Hell no. That's another Carmelo situation. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
I
Don't,
agree.
don't do that. But yo, man, we got our man Nate with us,
Hey,
man. Let's dive into my man Nate right quick. You know,
hey.
this is my first time meeting you, bro. So
Yeah,
you
bro.
know, it's a pleasure to have you on. Pleasure to meet you. My bro was
Yeah,
telling me
bro.
all about you.
Likewise.
I checked your page. I saw Nate like this. He was like posing like
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
yeah,
know, in the bodybuilding, because you know, our pops
Yeah.
was a bodybuilder. I want to talk
yeah,
about that a
yeah,
little bit, like,
Yeah.
you know, because if we're in bodybuilding, right, it's just not, you know, you got guys that go to the gym and they work on certain aspects of their body, but in bodybuilding, it's like certain things you really got to work on that you got to show the judges. Like, oh,
Yes.
okay. So I want to
Hmm.
talk about that because a lot of people don't understand certain shit you got to show off to get probably more physically tuned up than the rest of your body, even though your whole body got to be great. But talk
Yeah.
about that because I want to know.
So that was it was an interesting journey, and that's because
yeah.
I did it with, I was just like, I ain't gonna lie, I just literally did it, say like I wanted to challenge myself with food. I was
Mm,
always very undisciplined with food. I would go run to the store right after the gym and get a bag of Twizzlers. You know what I mean? Like I just was blessed with decent genetics that I could get away with eating kind of however I wanted to and just
shit, I'm gonna
training
take
and
some of
just
your blood.
so so I wanted to challenge myself, and then I talked with them at the gym, and they was just like, bro, like I think if you locked in, I think you could do something with this. So I ain't have no goal to like do anything further than this one show. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
locked in. It's a very like, and just being transparent, it's very boring. You know what I mean? Because you're doing the same routine day in, day out, like as far as like eating wise,
mm,
yeah,
five,
yeah.
6 meals a day, all the
Your
same
milk,
meals.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like, there's times, Mel, I know Mel see me bringing them to the gym. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Stuff because you're eating on
yeah.
a, like, even to this day, I'm still on the clock. Like it's embedded in me now that at certain times I got to eat. But
mm,
the training, 6 days a week training, and then I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Like it's a completely different way of that. I've never trained like that in my entire life because I've always trained for performance. This
mm.
is all trained for looks. So you're
Looks.
all training. You ain't training to get. It's not about how strong you are. It's about looking good on the stage. So
Mm,
everything is more about getting a nice good squeeze on every single rep, slower reps to really get a contraction that's going to help you. But a lot of it is just your nutrition. You could change your entire body with the way that you eat, and that's what I learned of how powerful food
mm,
is. So on the stage, for me, it was nothing on the stage because I feel like the Zumba background that I had in performing, I've traveled all over the world with Zumba, so I never was nervous to be on the stage or to perform or anything like that. So getting on the stage, I felt like, shoot, this my chance to have some fun after all the work I done put in for. I've been prepping for from January all the way to September. So I'm like, this my chance to show off everything I've done.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I will say, I was intimidated my first. So the first night you go there, you got to get your spray tan. So this is the first time you see all the other athletes that are there and stuff like that. So naturally, I'm sizing myself up like compared to like other athletes or whatever. So I see some other guys, and I'm like, dang, like like, oh, bro, might catch the L over here, like, yo, like, damn. So you feel me? And like my coach is like, you good, trust me, you good. And what he said to me, it gave me like the perfect ease because he said, it don't matter how good you look off the stage. What matters is peaking when you step on that stage. And the problem that a lot of people do is they peak too early or too late. So that's why having a coach is so important because their goal is to make sure you peak at the right time. And I tell everybody I would have not won that show if it wasn't for my coach
Mm.
because he was back there like a mad scientist behind stage, like having me eat stuff like the day of the show. He would like literally, I would have a rice cake and he'll put like, all right, put peanut butter on it, put jelly on it, put a little Himalayan salt, eat this right now. And then I would, whatever area he wanted to, because your body, you got to think leading up to the show, your body's depleted. So any carbs you're getting in is going straight to that muscle area. It's going straight
Mm.
to that area. So he's telling me eat this and then having me hit something to contract that muscle that way. So it's almost going straight to that
To that
area.
area. Mm.
So by the time I looked flat as heck the day before, and I'm over here almost dang near stressing, and I'm like, bro, like you know what I mean? Like I look better I look better last week. Like what the heck going on? And he's like, we need you to peak on stage. And so right before I walked out, I ate a couple rice cakes, did a couple pumps. You see, whole body transform in seconds,
Get the
whole
fuck
body
out of
Wow.
transformed
here.
right before I stepped on
Wow.
stage. And I stepped on there, I
Wow.
said, bro, it's over. I was so confident stepping on that stage. One, I drilled my routines going down, so crazy that I wasn't worried about posing at all. But when I seen all the vascularity pop out right before I stepped on stage, I said, bro, I don't care who I'm going against, it's over.
It's over.
And I just said a prayer, prayed up to God, man, and then I just left.
Amen.
I said, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna have the most fun. I'm gonna have more
Mm.
fun than everybody else, and that was my complete mindset.
It's
Yo,
crazy that you
that was
said
fire.
that. Like you said, I just want to tap into that, like as far as like what you put into your body, meal preps, training your mind to eat, because they say when you're training, because people typically think like 1 meal a day for the average human, right?
Yeah,
1 or 2 meals a day, but you say you got to eat 6 meals
six,
a day.
six
Like
meals a day. Yep.
why?
And all right, so this is the best way to. So a lot of people, and it's crazy because this is whether if you want to gain weight or lose weight, either one. What happens is people think that the first thing my coach said to me, he asked me like, how many times are you eating? And I said, I eat like two, sometimes three times a day. You know what I'm saying? And first thing he said was, bro, I'm not even trying to say this to be disrespectful. I got girls who eat more than you or whatever. And so I'm like, Dag. And he was like, you're never going to gain and you're never going to lose eating like that because your body, what happens is when you're not getting enough food in and you're not eating frequently, your body thinks it's starving itself. So instead of it, you using fat for fuel and stuff like that, it tries to hold on to everything. So now that's why you're not burning nothing. That's why your metabolism is slower. When you eat on a frequent basis like that, it doesn't even have to be 6 meals, but like let's say if you're eating four and you're eating them at like 3 to 4 hours apart, you're normalizing your metabolism and it's going to help your body learn how to utilize fat as energy. So you're burning it and that's going to help you build the lean muscle. That's going to help you, you know what I'm saying? So like that's areas that I wasn't educated in, but I learned through this process because I got to actually physically see it myself as I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-mm.
it don't matter whether, and then all it comes down to is if you want to gain, you're eating those amount of meals and you just have more calories. If you want to
Mm-mm.
lose, you're eating those amount of meals and you have less calories. And then you're doing a constantly like deficit based on whatever your body weight is.
Now, I just want to be clear, guys. You're not gonna go out and eat 6 McDonald meals and,
Exactly.
and, and
Yes.
think and
Yeah.
think that. I just want to clear that because somebody like, oh, I could go
Facts.
out there and eat six
I
McDonald meals.
say
I'm gonna
no
lose
more.
weight.
Say no more.
You
Yeah,
go
yeah.
fuck around and die. Don't do that, guys. All right. So
And I got a question for Nate too, because I always hear that. So when they say deficit,
Mhm.
like what does that mean? Like when they say like you gotta go like deficit to like
So
lose or
let's
whatever.
say
Like
this is the probably easiest way to put it in it. All right, so let's say that in order for your body to function the way that it needs to, you need 2,000 calories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's call that your maintenance. So if you eat let's say that at 2,000 calories, you're not gaining nothing, you're not losing nothing. So in order for you to be at a deficit, we need to eat calories less than, so like the energy basically that you're putting out throughout the day or whatever and stuff like that is less than what you're consuming in for the day, if that makes sense. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like if you need
yeah,
2,000, a
Yep.
deficit would be you're getting in maybe like 1,800, 1,700. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's less than what your normal maintenance is, which means
Mm-hmm.
that you're having less throughout the day, and ultimately you're going to slowly start to burn fat and lose weight.
Mm.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
that
makes
was a
sense.
good explanation right there.
And it's
Okay.
hard to like, because I know you said the average human gotta eat 2,000 calories a day, but it's like you was walking around with a calorie machine and
Look,
doing all of this
look,
stuff. Like, say if you go
I got,
to, you got one.
I got my
Wait,
door
do
right
you
here.
take that shit with you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Any
Yeah.
flight, anything I gotta take it, measure all that stuff. Like
That's
so,
crazy.
right now, I put because of everything I'm doing with Zumba, I'm not doing another show for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm a little bit. I pump the brakes on how crazy I am, but I still, like I said, I'm still on routine.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
As far as like my eating schedule and things of that nature, I just
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the holidays a little bit. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Look at my show they just dropped off.
you feel me? You feel me?
It's over,
But
Nate.
Look,
I always tell anybody, like, even if I like help somebody with their nutrition or whatever, I say, look, if your goal is to not step on the stage, eating like this isn't sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mm,
have to eat in a balanced way where you still get to have food that you enjoy, food that you like, because that
right,
helps you to stay consistent. The
right.
goal is to not overindulge when you have that stuff. It's the, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like that's why proper planning throughout the week. I love Twizzlers. I love, like so for me, once a week I have what's called, we don't call it cheat meals, we call it refeed meals. So
mm,
I'll have a burger and fries once a week. This
mm,
one, it helps my mental. I'm strategic when I do it. I do it after a crazy leg day. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Instead of me just doing it at night when I'm sitting and chilling, I'll do it after a crazy leg day or before sometimes that way so that the food can be used as energy for the
energy.
workout type of deal. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
yo,
right.
yo, Nate mentioned it. I remember one time, bro, I was at the gym. This is when Nate was training. So it's an area in the gym, the legs, right? So he was working on another machine, right? So
Mm,
I was on. I forgot like which it was like one of the press machines. He was on the one that's like angled on the floor, and I was at the one that's like a little off the floor. I had my little plates on there, right? So he was going to use the shit after me. So he's like, yo, like I was like, yo, I'm done. He's like, all right. So I'm thinking I did some shit. This motherfucker had like 5 plates. So I was like, yo, all right. This had like 5 plates. Yo, he just shitted on everything I just did.
the
But I'm like,
gym will humble you real quick.
yo, I thought I was doing some shit. I
Nah,
was
you
like,
Uh-huh.
yo,
are. You are, bro. Trust me.
nah, I was like, yo, Nate, I'm like, yo, you want me to take the plate? He was like, nah, nah, nah. I'm like, nah.
The
I got
gym,
some
the
weight.
gym will
I
humble
got
you.
some weight on there. And
Nah,
they
bro.
added plates on the shit. I said, all right, man.
Uh-huh.
Nah, man, you
Yo,
are, but you feel me? Like it's cause I feel the same way. Like, you know what I mean? There's cats, bro. I be saying, and that's why I love where it's like we all are on our own journey. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah,
Where it's like,
yeah.
and that's why every day I just try to be in the gym 1% better than I was yesterday. Like, you know what I'm
mm,
saying? Competing constantly against myself. I gotta push myself to be better every single day in the gym. And I think when you look at it, that mentality, like cause I see cats all the time, bro. All the time, stronger than me in other areas, better than me. But I'm like, my mindset is I'm just gonna be the most consistent. I'm going to
right.
show up every single day, and because sometimes intensity fades. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to go hard for 24 hours. It's not easy to do that for the course of a year, for the
Right.
course of
Yeah.
10 years type of deal. And
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be that person because that's going to serve better in the long run rather than let me grind for the I'm gonna go hard the month of January and fall off by February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to know, right? Because with Zumba, I seen you went all over with Zumba. Like Zumba, I ain't think Zumba could do that for an
Me neither.
individual.
Me
Like
neither, bro.
just do all that shit.
I
What
didn't
is like
either.
what is one of the most like memorable moments in training Zumba for you? What was one of those moments?
Um, I think it's when I went to France. I went to
Mm,
France. I went out there, and that probably was the most surreal moment out of every place I've ever been, because I went there. So I had a master class in France, and I get there, my host, like, so typically the way it work is like if somebody like hosts you to come, they'll be like, "Hey, I'd like to book you to come do a master class or something." So they'll book you, and they basically they take care of you while you out there. Like you just go out there, you do the master class. So my hosts, they knew I love, like, I'm a big nerd, so I love like Avengers, I love Marvel, stuff like that. So I get there, my room, they got these big Iron Man balloons in there. They got like all this, Marvel stuff. They got a cake there. So I'm like,
that's
yo, man,
dope.
I appreciate that. That's love, man. Then I get to the event. There's about like 250 people there, and none of them speak English.
Damn.
They all, you know what I mean? Like everybody speak French or whatever, or, and stuff like that. But the beautiful thing about Zumba is because the music is what moves everybody. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
what you speak. It
Right.
matters. We all dance to the same rhythm. We all dance, you know what I'm saying? So like it was such a surreal moment because I get there, they had a whole banner that had Nate the Turn Up King on there, and it was like it says Zumba and stuff like that. And to me, it was just like that's moments where it's like, bro, I prayed, to be able to impact people on this type of level, and to
Right.
see it, like it was a blessing, like, you know what I'm saying. And that's something that, like, personally, I'll never forget that. Like, I'll never forget that.
That's dope. That you ate the
I
cake?
got one question.
Oh yeah,
Like,
oh
so
yeah.
when you
Back then,
say,
I was a bodybuilder back then, so it was.
Okay.
yo, because you defining some things to me, like, so when you say master class, like,
Yeah.
does that mean, like, what does that mean? Does that mean like a big
So
group?
yeah, it's basically like, yeah, like, so when somebody books you to come, like, all right, so for example, I teach a regular class every week, right?
Yes,
That's
yeah,
that's
uh-huh.
just a regular that's a regular Zumba class.
Okay,
But if somebody says, I want to book you to come here, that's when you call it a master class now. Because like they're booking you to
okay.
come to a different city, a different
Gee.
state, different country,
Oh,
and you're
okay,
you're and you're typically,
okay,
sometimes it could be a little bit longer than a regular class. So like what they'll do is like they'll have a couple guest instructors that they'll go up there, they'll do one or two songs, and then you'll come up after those instructors and you'll do your set. So I'll do a whole 60-minute set after them. So the whole class
okay,
entirety could be 90 minutes to 2 hours long.
Mm.
okay. Got
That's
it.
dope, man. 'Cause I remember when Zumba first came about, and I remember I wonder who came up with that idea. Because you in a
So
club,
yeah,
you dancing. Who came up with that shit?
so it's a guy named Beto Perez, and he's from
Mm.
Colombia. So
Mm.
the way the story is, and this is why I tell everybody, like, bro, you don't know what could take off and that can change your entire life, bro. For real, for real. He
Right.
was teaching aerobics back in the day. This was like, probably early 2000s or something like that. And one day he had a full class, and one day he forgot his music while he was teaching the aerobic class.
Mm.
So he was like, man, I can't cancel the class. Everybody's here. So somebody had a cassette player with Spanish music on there. So they
Mm.
was like, yo, I'm about to freestyle the class. He put it in, freestyled the whole class. The next week, he went to go back to teach the regular aerobics. They asked him, could you do that class you did that you freestyle?
Mm.
Can you do that again? So the lady that was in the class, she had a son that was in the telemarketing at the time, and they had the same name. And so
Mm.
she kept going home like, you gotta meet my instructor. Like, he's amazing. He's amazing. And so they wound up connecting. They wanted to making him the face, and then he was the guy that did the marketing for them, and they started promoting it all over, like telemarketing and stuff like that, and it wound up just
Blow
blowing up.
up.
Like, it just blew up from but
Oh,
all of
wow.
it was made by accident. It was all
That's
made by accident.
crazy. But a lot of these great ideas are made by accident.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not just somebody just thinking and like, okay, somebody like, fuck man, I forgot that shit. Let's like improvise. And Zumba, like that's crazy. That's
And
I'm
even
telling
crazy.
you,
you
what
said,
blew my
Nate, did you
mind.
found it by accident? Yep.
what blew my mind, yeah, I was no lie, I was in the gym working out, and then freaking this girl came up to me, and only reason I took her class because I was trying to talk to her. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Only reason I took her class. And so I went into class, and then you know what I mean, I'm doing it. I'm making the moves kind of like hip hop-ish and stuff like that. The ladies left the class and they went to the owner. It was at Anytime Fitness in Vineland. They went to the owner and was
Okay.
like,
Okay.
yo, if he taught, I come to his class every single week. So the owner, being a businessman, he comes to me and was like, I'll pay for you to get your license, sir, if you'll teach here. So I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm already training here. Like, I'm down. So
Right.
like,
That's
that's how
fire.
I got. So, but what
That's fire.
I was only teaching Zumba there. I had no idea how big it was. And then somebody kept telling me like, bro, you got to go to the Zumba convention. Like, you got to go see that. And I'm like, you know, at first I'm like, I'm not going to no Zumba convention or whatever. But then everybody kept talking about it. And this
Yeah.
one chick was like, look, I know you don't want to go to the convention, but how about these guys, they're coming from LA to do an event. So she paid for me to get tickets to go there. These two dudes, big black built dudes or whatever. So I'm looking at them and I'm like, bro, these tickets is $50 and it's 500 people here. So
Shit.
my mom, I'm like, bro, Chris Brown showing up or something? Like, what the hell?
Right.
So these people going crazy. They going crazy. So I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, they're literally doing what I do every Wednesday night. And these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the joy
Man.
on these people's faces, and
Yeah.
like this is
Wow.
their living. So then
Right.
I was like, you know what? I do want to go to the Zumba convention. So I wound up going. 10,000 people all flying all over the world to go to Orlando. And I'm seeing people from all over the world, and they got the biggest presenters all doing master classes for like 5 days straight, all in Orlando. So I'm like, hold on,
Crazy.
bro. You telling me people really do this for a living?
For a
And they
living.
like, yeah, that's what people do for a living. So from that moment, I said, this is what I want to do.
That's
That's
crazy.
how long ago was that, Nate?
That was 2015.
Unbelievable.
Mm.
11
So
years
2015.
later.
so it's that's crazy. My boy got a decade in this joint.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's been a while, man. It's been a grind. It's been a while and it's been a grind, but you know, and that's why I tell everybody, like, you know, on the journey, you know, a lot of people see it now, but they don't see when I was starting out. I bet on myself to the highest. You know what I'm saying? I did 2 years straight of free events just to
Hmm.
try to put myself out there. I would fly to places. I'm paying it because I believed in myself. They had this thing where like they would have these events where like basically, you know, you could headline in the tri-state area, but you had to sell tickets in order for you to like be the headliner. So the first
Hmm.
time I got the opportunity to headline, tickets were $20. I took out my own pocket, bought 40 tickets just so it looked like I showed up deep. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We pulled up 13, 14 cars deep. They think I sold all those tickets. I bought
Hmm.
all of them and gave them out for free.
Came out for
But
free.
I
Yep.
invested in myself. I poured into
Hmm.
myself because I believe that like all I need is the right eyes to see. All I need is every day I would make a video. I sent it to the CEO of Zumba every single day.
Hmm.
Every single day. He never looked at it. None of that. One
Hmm.
day I'm sitting on the couch. I get a ding, and then he replied, and I did a one arm push up video to like this thing that they dropped, and so I sent
Hmm.
it to him, and I sent him a message. I was like, yo, I really think if you gave me the opportunity, I could bring something to the table for this company. And all
Hmm.
he responded to me was, "What's your email?" And
What's
so
your
I sent
email?
it to him, and he gave me the opportunity. He was like, "We met at the convention that year that happened," and then he was like, "So I took my shot and I said, hey, like, look, I feel like the best way for you to see what I can bring is for you to see me teach, and I would love the opportunity." So he flew me out to Miami and gave me the opportunity to teach in front of them. And so I went out there, the class went great, and then that's when everything took off.
Nice, yo. And you know, something else I want to ask too, right? Because I saw it. So like you doing what you do, and I know, for example, a lot of guys, you know, they were like, "Oh, Zumba this." So you remember in Spirit, right? I
Yeah.
remember, right? So you know how they had the classes, like you said, like you know how you go to the gym, you work out, and you do your thing, right? So it was like a challenge, and most people think because a lot of the classes women take it.
Yes. Yeah.
Mind you, you know, I'm out here, I'm married. I'm not like, I'm like, yo, I need to challenge myself. So I remember it was a couple of days there was different classes. So you remember in Inspira, the TRX class, I forgot her name at the moment. I started doing that. And I'm like, yo, this workout was more, and a woman's teaching it. And this other straight woman, and they thinking like, oh, you trying, nah, ain't nobody trying to be slick and no, but this is more than what you think you're doing over there.
Right.
But guys have this ego. And I remember when they said, oh, like the instructor and even the woman, like, oh, a guy taking it. Oh, somebody has like, courage, like, want to take it. And then I'm like, that class. And then I started taking all these different classes in the spirit. I'm dropping weight. They're like, yo, what you? I'm like, I'm doing the classes. The thing is that I'm not going to do the same weight that this woman is doing. I'm going to do weight that's going to challenge me. But it's like people like to frown upon or judge because they're like, oh, this looks like this or this looks like that. And I know you doing Zumba, that wasn't something that your average guys like, oh, yeah, let me do this. And they probably think you trying to get girls.
In the beginning.
Yo, and some of the dudes, and Nate, you've been in, it's like, yo, you can't, it's not, oh, I'm doing a class, you're more masculine than me. It's like, no, like, what are you talking about? It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just a dude's mentality. So what I wanted to ask is just like, you already timed them a little bit. You got clown. So it's like, I know most of the people in your classes are women. So like, how did you battle through being judged and frowned upon and people want to talk slick and just still, because this is some years ago. So, when we younger, we tend to want to be cool and, oh, this person going to say this, forget it. So salute to you, first of all, for pushing through that.
Appreciate it, bro.
But
appreciate that.
It's like, how was that process where it was like, you going against the grain and look, and now nobody can't say nothing to you and you representing.
So for me, I think that all it did
was
was
a long ass question, man. Goddamn.
I think that
because I had to preface it because we both went to the same gym, so to make sense of it, you know what I mean?
I'm fucking with you.
I think that all it did was expose insecurities within myself. You feel me? Like only way somebody's opinions matter is if I let them matter. You know what I'm saying? So like, and when I started, I let other people, my boys, stuff like that, I let their opinions matter. Where like to the point where when I first started teaching Zumba, if some of my boys in the gym working out, I'm teaching completely different. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, they walk by the window and they looking at like bro tripping, like he tripping in there. You know what I'm saying?
That is big buff nigga like.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I dropped down, I had to do some push-ups real quick or something. But like, I started looking at it, and it's like that's why it's like, for me, I look at it like, bro, it just made me more adaptable in a way where it's like, bro, I could go in the gym and I could train with the best of them. You feel me? I can, if I'm on a track, I can run with you. If I'm, playing basketball, I can kick it with the guys type of deal. If I'm in Zumba, I can dance with the ladies. All it did was just add another, bag to what I can do type of deal. So I think that for me, I had to just learn to be more comfortable in my own skin, be confident in my masculinity, be confident in what I bring to the table. And now I think it's so dope because I see a lot of guys that, bro, like that back then they would have never respected probably me taking Zumba or something like that. And now people like those same dudes like, I'm proud to see like, yo, what you doing and stuff like that. Because it's not about the Zumba, it's about, I'm proud to see you pursuing something that like, bro, you really love to do. And I think that inspires people to find out like, bro, like think about how many people that like, and it's sad to say it, but like they hate their job. You know what I'm saying? They show up every single day and they hate what they do. But like, all right, like, and it's funny, but like, look what you're doing right now. A lot of people, they hate their job, but they do nothing about it. But you're on here and you're building something that you do love to do, where a lot of people, they don't do that. So I feel like that it became something where like going through those phases and going through where like people clowned and stuff like that, but I still stayed committed to what I loved. It helps other people have the confidence and inspires them to do the same thing for what they love. And and I'm willing, for me, like, hey, look, if it's gonna push somebody else, I'll take the bullets. I'll take it is what it, because still to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like people, they might have their opinions. I do a lot of funny skits and stuff like that on social media. I just got to the point, bro, one day, and this is just as real as it's gonna get, bro. One day we all gonna die and it's not gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm on here, I'm going to give this life everything that I got to go after my dreams, my goals, my aspirations. And I don't care what nobody think about me, bro. Because if you really for me, you're going to always wish the best for me. If you're not, then I'm still going to wish the best for you. And I keep it like that.
Yo, that's yo. And I ain't gonna lie, Nate. When you said you was gonna do the bodybuilding, and I seen how consistent you was, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to the fucking gym. Cause you know, but now I'm being real. Cause my brother, it's like you inspire. Cause every day I'm like, yo, nah. I gotta make sure that I'm like Nate at the gym. And remember, it was a period where we would see each other every day.
Every day.
You would like clockwork. Yeah. You would come in at a certain point. You would be there. And it's like, you know, because I feel like I can't speak to people, but I know people would see you on social media, and I know people would, you know, they try to be around you and join. I'll say what up, and because I know you working towards something. I'm like, yo, bro, love what you're doing, and I let you do your thing.
Word up.
And I would show you love when you post it on the media. I would, you know, comment and join like that. And I mean, but I'm like, yo, that was motivation for me. It's like, yo, this dude is grinding to be a bodybuilder. And like my brother was saying, because our pops was a bodybuilder, and it was like, yeah, matter of fact, hold on. I got the trophies right here on my thing. Hold on.
Yo, that's fire.
Bring the trophies out.
That's fire.
This one is from like 90. See, you got the year on it, 94.
Oh, that's crazy, yo.
And this one right here, this was like the things broke on it. But this one, this is because he passed away in 18. But I remember when he did this competition, this trophy was big. I'm going to show you. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Pops. He's like,
yeah, that's the OGs for real, bro. OGs.
So this one was in 2013. See the plate? The plate.
That's so tough, bro.
And I remember he was mad hype because this is, you know, he wasn't really doing competitions in the joint no more.
Yes.
And I remember I got it from him back like in Brooklyn. He made sure to give me the trophy. And it's like so that's why when I saw you, Nate, doing what you was doing, I know what it takes to do this shit. Number one.
That's a fact.
So when you was just saying like you wanted to challenge yourself and do that, it's like, yo, and I seen the work you was putting in, and I'm like, yo, man, that's motivation right there. You know what I mean? And that's why when you won the competition, I'm like, yo, like, I seen him from the beginning when he just said, I'm challenging myself.
The whole process, bro.
I'm like, but yo, you challenge yourself.
Bro, like, I feel like it just showed, bro, that like, whatever we decide to really lock our mind to, bro, we could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times it's like, and I've caught myself in the past doing this as well. Like, you set a goal, but you don't really set that goal. You know what I'm saying? You don't take the action after that goal, like to be like I know when I'm in mode and I know when I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like there's times where like people will comment or something like that, like, bro, I see you grinding, and I'll get convicted because I'm like, I'm not grinding on the level that I know when I'm grinding type of deal. And during that whole phase, it got to a point where, like, you know, I was very like Kobe. He's one of my favorite players, and I admire him because my mindset gets to where nothing else matters. When I lock in on something, nothing else matters to me, bro. I don't care about doing nothing else but that. And that's the level of obsession that I started getting, like, you know, during that. And that's the reason why I took a break from, you know, doing it, because I know I'm starting to that's the obsession I have right now with everything that's going on in my Zumba career. And I know it's hard to do both at the same time because you can't, I'm never going to disrespect and think that, yo, I could go get a pro card when these guys are dedicating 10 times more than what I did. You know what I'm saying? During that first process. So I'm like, nah, when that time comes, I need to have no distractions, no nothing. And then I'll be able to lock in on that. You know, I'll just keep myself in shape for right now. And then when that time comes, well, we going to lock in on it.
Absolutely, man.
Just love,
hey,
man.
I don't want Instagram to cut us off. I think we probably got like a couple of minutes left, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to shout out Nate for coming on, man.
Appreciate
Definitely.
y'all.
Appreciate you coming on, my dude, for sure.
One last thing, man. Like, what is a final word or just advice that you could give to anybody? Because you dropped some key gems in there. As far as like just keep going, like you put your mind to it, you could do it. What is a key advice that you could give to somebody that will watch this and will be inspired by what you're doing? What's the advice you would give to that person?
3 words: never give up.
Never give
And the reason why I say that is because it's a guarantee that you could be delayed, but when you never give up, you'll never be denied. And
Mm,
that's what I live by. You know what I'm saying? I've never been the most talented, never been the best at anything, but I wasn't a starter when I played sports. But I never gave up and I got myself on the field. With this whole Zumba career from violent area, nobody else ever been able to get to this type of level before. But only reason it
mm,
happened is because I never gave up. And the thing about me is I'm nothing special. It isn't because, a super talent. It's because of none of that. It's literally because of work ethic, belief, and then the just the will to never give up. And I just believe that there's no limits that we can't do. So basically, anything that I would say is, whatever goal you have, surround yourself by people that remind you of the future that you're trying to get and not the past that you're coming from. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? And then just have that mentality that, like, bro, it's possible and there's nothing different from any of us. We all bleed the same and we can all get it.
And on that note,
Salute.
that was
Yeah,
two
man.
change the power. What episode is this, bro? Was this 39?
40. 40.
40.
Jeez.
Yeah, special big number 40, man.
Big
Yo,
Word,
congrats, yo,
man.
40.
y'all, and man, real quick, I just want to say to y'all, man, like, I definitely tuned, like I told you, I've seen some of the clips and
Yeah,
stuff like that, and I believe in y'all, man. Like, I believe in y'all, like, shoot, I look at it like Stephen A. had to start somewhere, all of
Somewhere.
them, and I just can't wait to. I'm so humbled and grateful to be a part of this because I believe this is going to be. I'm gonna see y'all on TV doing this. I'm gonna see y'all, like, really, really doing this. And I'm not saying that just to say it. I'm saying it because, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, y'all could be doing anything else with your time, but you're
Mm,
investing into something that you love to do. And that's
right.
all that, we live in a world now that, like, bro, like, we live in a social world that all it takes is consistency, bro. And y'all showing up on a consistent basis. So just keep doing what y'all doing. A salute to y'all, man. And thank you for just letting me be a part of this.
Absolutely,
thank you,
man.
brother, for
Thank you,
coming
Nate.
on, man. Always
Thank you,
love with us,
man.
brother. You know
Yeah,
that.
you already know. You know the
Yes.
vibes.
And on that
Yes,
note, man,
sir.
episode 40, 2 cents of change.
Yes,
See
sir,
yo.
man. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Melly Mel,
All
man.
right, y'all. Be
We
All right,
out.
safe.
Nate. Peace.
Peace.